Okay, so we are back. So this is what they look like. Very muted, very dark, grungy, so to speak. And all I did was just sew around the outside, which will help to hold the, in case I missed the spot gluing and where I cut. And as you can see, yes, I did stick with the whole concept of a 4x6 journal card. So again, I say no, I go into it. Okay, so what I want to do now is just embellish them. And what I pulled out some stamps. I pulled out some labels from Tracy, Love Junk Journals, which I'll be cutting these out. I grabbed, of course, my archival ink in potting soil and my vintage photo. Can't be without that. By all means, I just need to stretch here. Sorry about that. My blending tool. There we go. Now I got them both. Grab some snippets. I have these labels here. These are from 9 of Crohn's. I just love the way that they look. So I'll be using some of these because I think the colors go really well with what I've chosen. And then I grabbed these. Again, just to have some numbers and stuff. These are from Gifts and Things. And again, these are a couple of Etsy shops that I will link to. I have some word dies that I'll be using. And I have a postage stamp. And I'm going to use my postcard topper. This is an old, you can tell because it's a white background from Stampers Anonymous. And you've got all these different postcard toppers. Again, if any of this stuff is still available, again, dug into my stash, I'll try to link it down below. For the stamp, I'm using that right there from Crafty Individuals. And these are great tickets. Huge fan of Crafty Individuals. And then I also pulled this one out. This is from Prima, and this is where I got my words. It's great typewriter, and I can stamp these on a piece of like coffee dyed paper and then just glue those down. Recorded, beautiful story, keepsakes, and priceless. So I think they are perfect, and plus these images are just absolutely gorgeous as well. And then I grab a few other ones if I'm going to use them. I believe I will be using this one. This is Eclectic Edges by Stampers Anonymous, and I'm just loving this one and this one right here. So I might be pulling these two out just to stamp along the bottom, just to give it a little bit more texture, or I might use that on the other side, to stamp along, because they each have that blank edge for the most part. But I'm going to be putting down a piece of this scrap lined paper that I have, so it creates that, whole, hey, journal here mode. Okay, so let's get started. I just need to grab another, there we go, block for those long ones. So let's get stamping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at each one, and we'll probably get to like a couple of these to embellish just a little bit. So I know I definitely want to do these two. And I'm going to start off in the front with my postcard stamp. I'm going to use my archival ink for that. And I'm really going to ink her up. And I'm going to go across the top. Again, I'm not worried about if I'm centered or not. I'm going to really press down on that. That's the beauty of rubber stamps. And again, it's very faint. Which is okay. I just want the impression. Now, I could also do this in a black. Why not? Let it stand out. And again, I'm going to stamp that up there. And I think I'm actually, yeah, I'm going to go this way. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp right on there. So that has a bolder look to it, which, you know what? I kind of want to go with that. So I'm okay. I'm going to stamp right over this. It's going to go to the background, and if anything, it just shows a shadow. So I am not worried about that. Okay, so I have that done. And I just want to do some background stamping. So I just need something with a texture. So I think I'm going to pull this one out here. Loud noise. There we go. And I'm not even going to use, I think I'm going to stick with the black. Oh, my hands are going to get all blacky and inky here. Going to stamp that there. And you know what? We're going to put this on here. There we go. And we'll stamp that there. Stamp that over there. Now, you could have done all of this stamping too while it was still on as the master board. You know, you could do all of your stamping and everything else like that. Totally up to you. I want to see what this looks like first. And again, I stamp on myself. Looking for, oh, found it. Scratch piece of paper. Yeah, okay, like that. So I'm just going to put that there. And I'm going to put that one right there. Again, just having fun with it. Going to grab some scraps of coffee dyed paper. These are like edges because I didn't have a pair of gloves on, so I was holding the one corner when I was dipping my coffee dye, but these are still good. And why are they still good? Because I want to see what this looks like in black. And let's see. Let's see what it looks like in the brown. Since I'm stamping on coffee dyed paper, I think I like the brown better. We're okay, but I'll keep those. All right, now we're just gonna trim these out. And again, we're just going to eyeball the center. Just some quick snips. Different sizes. And our last one. All right, so get those out of the way. I'm also going to cut a few of these small tags. These are just snippets from cardstock that I had. And I think I want this one. They just make really cute little embellishments. And I'm going to put that there. And already I've moved my ones that I wanted. Oh, I'm funny. And right in my ink pad. So now these nails are going to get all inky. There we go. Okay. See, we have fun when we create. Okay. For these, I'm just going to real quick pull in my vintage photo. Go around. And then we're going to do the same thing to our words, sentiments. And again, that's something else, you know, that you can use as well, you know, your sentiments. Again, your journal can be anything that you want it to be. I do lean towards the vintage style, the grunge, that deepness. It is something that I do just gravitate to. I'm going to grab some also these pieces here of cardstock. I'm just going to tear away. And yes, I keep those little snips. Again, just to give it some background. You know, if you're a card maker that likes, you know, the florals or the small characters, you know, that's okay. Why can't we make a journal that has those characters in it? You know, as you're writing in your journal, it's probably going to make you smile. All right, so I think I'm going to put that right there. I have fixed my bottle. A very good friend gave this to me, and I was determined, but I fixed the stuff in here. I think. We're going to find out, because it's running a little better. Yes, I did. I'm happy now. Very happy. And you're all probably sitting there saying, well, how did you fix it? Okay. So I read I went online, and because what was happening, my Fabri-Tac was getting very thick. So it wasn't able, first of all, it wasn't moving. And I'm using my Fabri-Tac because I can't find any of my other glues. They're not near me. It got just super thick. So I must have kept a cap off for a while. And again, when air gets in there, it's going to thicken it up. So I went online to say, you know, how can I save my Fabri-Tac? That's literally what I typed in there. And amazingly enough, I'm just going to start cutting things here. This must have come up somewhere else. And here they said if you put a couple of tablespoons of pure acetone, oh, that's too close to that, so we'll put that one over here. Pure acetone in the bottle, and it's not really going to mix up, but I have like a little tiny metal rod that I was able to get in there because this has sealed onto the bottle. Metal rod just down in there, mixing it up, and it gets all bubbly. It's really funky as you're mixing it up. You probably don't need to do that, but I did because it's what I do. And I let it sit overnight. I want this blue one here. And I did this last night. So, yeah, it actually worked. The bubbles subside. They actually escape and settle out, which I think is cool. And yeah, I think I'm going to put that one there. And yeah, it flows beautifully now. I don't know if you can see that. But it does. It really does work. It's the little things that excite me. Just going to ink these up. I'm not quite sure where they're going to sit, if I'm going to push these to the back or if I'm going to keep these to the front yet. but I do just want to get an idea of where they're going to sit. I think I want that one for there, and I want that one for there. We're going to add that one, and I want to add that one, and let's see, I want some other labels. As I'm making my funny sounds. Let's see here. What do I want? I guess I want these bigger ones. So I'm going to come across. If you guys have seen my other videos on my card making side, I love to collage. I'm going to cut these off camera so that, no, I'll do this over here. I just love to layer, and layer. So with the combination of our digitals and our stamps, we can get some great texture. And that's kind of the look, you know, as we keep on, what I found is as I keep on, you know, creating these elements and getting those, you know, in place, I find I develop, I'm just going to go across that. I find I develop what I like. Okay, let me get one more thing and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, you're going to see papers moving. I turned on my overhead fan, so just bear with me on that, just to get some air circulation going in the room. So now I forget what I was saying. But anyway, let's talk about how I can go back to the journals. So again, you can make it anything that you want it to be. I mean, just because, I mean, I know a lot of times when you see or look at those journal videos, you know, you're seeing the vintage, or they're using vintage items. I'll always say that, you know, I like the vintage style. Okay, so let's see here. I think I'm going to like that to be on top. I just grabbed a piece of black cardstock from my stash, and I'm just going to create a border around these. And then I'll put them on my journal card. Now you can add tabs if you want. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm going to grab my hole punch. I'm going to use the small hole punch. Hopefully I don't pinch my finger. I pinch my finger every time I use this thing. It's absolutely amazing. A lot of mechanisms going on here. All right. Let's get some small pieces of twine. Nice and long. I love it when it's just all over the place. Although this is really small, so this is going to be interesting to thread. Why do I do this to myself? It's a little scary there for a minute. I'll pull these. Let's see if we can do that one more time. And then I don't like to trim the top anymore. I love the look of that loop. Even if I have more than just this double folded look. I love the tops of my tags to be billowy and all over the place, and I just think it adds a little bit of character. All right, so we're going to put this down now. And we're just going to put that on an angle. I'm going to put this down. And we're going to put that there. And then I'm going to real quick come in with this. It's upside down. And we'll just put that along there, just right on top of that sew line. And now I can push that down. And then I'm going to put the recorded right off of that. All right, and that's our first one. Now, as I said, you can put a little tiny tab off of this. But again, it's just all layered, it's grungy, it's, you could use different colors for your background. You don't have to use those muted colors like I used. I think I want to put that there. And I want to put that one off there. Again, not everybody has the same taste. Not everybody has the same likes, which is awesome. So again, just have fun with it. You can also do these types of things on top of a card. I love doing mixed media cards. I think they are just so much fun. I'm going to set that right there. You get these wonderful textures and elements onto them. Put that down, and then I'm going to put that right up there. Or do I want to put that down here? No, you know what? I want to put it right up here. And again, now there's that one. Just little tiny embellishments. Now, for our back. Let's focus on the back. Just going to grab one of these. So what these are from, many journals. I have many journals. As I keep developing how I organize myself. And yeah, guys, if you saw the other one where I started that beautiful journal, I can't find it. I think I left it at a friend's house. So, yeah. Got to give me some time on that. So, I'm doing something in the meantime. I'm a mess. Can you tell? So, I'm just going to shrink this down. So, what happens is these are like halfway full. I started them and then I went into another one. So, these papers are perfect. For the backs, so that you can journal on the backs of your pieces, whether it's a tag, a journal card, a pocket, a flip, whatever it is. So I do save these. Again, why throw them away? So these are perfect. They're already ivory, so they'll look great. On this back side. I do like to set it on an angle instead of setting it straight onto that, because again, we can see those words. Now I'm going to try, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to tear that there. Let's see if that works. Yes, that one worked. And we'll do that again. And again, even though I stamped on that, you know, paper, awesome. 2 sides. It's an awesome thing. I'm going to definitely ink around this. Do the same thing on this one. Okay, and now we will get our glue on the back of this. And you know, the acetone, the pure acetone is awesome. It really does work. Now you have to do it in stages. So mine was, yeah, I know I'm bouncing all over the place in the conversation. I know you're all laughing at me, or I'm annoying you. So I want to make sure this is up. I'm going to put that just like that. I had to do this in 2 stages. So I did it the first time, and I have these. So the first time I put the acetone in and mixed it up, I put 3 of these in. Started up, let it set. It was still thick. So I came back in last night and put 3 more. So start out with 1 or 2. See how it does. If you're having that problem, I'm sure I'm the only one having that problem. But it really does work. Now, I also use the trick that I learned from Gail. She comes up with the best tricks. She really, really does. So she came up with, I'm a knitter as well, so I have all of those knitting needle toppers. I have a bunch of them. So I took one of my long needles, poked it through the top, so that I make sure I clean that off. And then I wait for this to settle when it comes to this. So the glue's, of course, going back down the bottle, and I keep pressing on it once in a while. And if I'm not getting resistance, see, like that glue's coming up off the top. So I want to wait until the glue drops from that. It's almost like if you guys are card makers, if you remember, we used to take the glossy accents or the was it the Ranger multi-medium and slam it down on our tables so that the glue would snap down. And I just did that now, but there is still glue in there. So I found if I make sure that that glue settles out, that will help as well, because then this can go down and this nozzle is clear, because it really is a very fine nozzle when it comes to this. So I just sit there and poke it, and you can see as I pull this out, there's a lot of glue on that. So it just sits up in this tip. So I do try to, you know, clean these as much as I can. Just to, and again, that glue's still in there, so that they don't clog, because I have the worst luck with clogging glue bottles. Mine just clog all over the place. Okay, so let's look at what we did. So here's our first one. Again, very deep, very grungy, very muted colors, nothing bright, you know, about it. We've got some great texture going on here. We've got some great layers going on here. We've got the texture of the sewing stitches. I always use a white or an ivory when it comes to my stitches, no matter what type of journal I'm putting together, mainly because I'm too lazy to change it in my sewing machine. Let's be honest. I'm just going to be honest. And then here's this one, you know, a little bit different setup. The postcard's a little bit down further. This one's got, again, those muted colors. And then again, here's the spot where people can journal. And if I decide, once I put this in the journal, I can put something up here to make it a tabbed, or this is just a great journaling card. So I do apologize. Videos all over the place. We've got these two, but boom, they're going to come out all at once, so that you can just see it. I don't know what I was thinking of when I stopped the first one. But please know I was laughing hysterically. You know, again, we are to have fun. This is not something serious. Let's enjoy what we do. Enjoy and be inspired by what we watch. I am all the time. It is amazing what our creators out there, our other YouTubers, what they come up with out there. I'm just in awe. I'm like, oh my God, how did they come up with that? I say that all the time. But that's what inspires us. You know, that's what makes us create. And again, you creating these going to be completely different. And that's the beauty of it. That is the wonderful beauty of paper crafting or any type of art. You know, we take lessons, we watch our YouTubes, we take our classes to learn and to try those different techniques. And as we keep trying with it, we develop our own style. And that's just something that I've been doing lately. For some reason, I've been just taking a lot of classes, and I'm really getting into watercolors. So there's 3 people that I've just in awe with, and I can feel it. I'm starting to see, okay, you know what, this is where I'm going with it. Here's my style. Now for paper craft, it only took me 5 years, but I enjoyed every step with it. And I thank you all for taking every step with me since August of 2017. So yeah, this is my moment to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Content will continue. Maybe a little bit different, but again, just look at the techniques, look at what we're doing, and adapt it to how you do what you do, because that's the beauty of it. So, okay, I'm done rambling, I'm done gabbing, but please enjoy your day. As I said, the items that I used, if they're still available, I will have them linked below. If they're not available, I'll try to identify, sorry, not available, or I couldn't find it. But I'll still have the name there, because I'm sure you guys can do so much better word searches on Google than I ever will. Enjoy. Enjoy the day. Enjoy your time. Whether it's crafting, whether it's with your family or friends, or whether it's just by yourself reading a book. Enjoy that moment. And be grateful. Be grateful for all of that time. I am grateful for this time that I have with you. Okay? So, guys, take care, have fun, but always remember, it's still the most important thing for me. Always, guys, be creative. Till next time, take care.